Two people like button, subscribe button, share the video, comment this video. Oh, we got a special for y'all today. Before we start, you know, like they said, it's oversaturated. You got them on. Speakeasy dropped last night. First Take is on. They just made they take. But this is Facts TV. Like, what's this now? This is Facts TV. We ain't got a nice studio like Stephen A. Smith said. We got a TV. We got a room. We got facts on our side. Might not pick control on questions. So hit that like button for your boy. I appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. See what they talking about. Jalen Brunson. Oh my good. And New York Knicks and Cleveland Cavaliers. I was at work and it was up 20, and I said, I went home. Jalen Brunson smoking them niggas, smoking James Harden ass. This is what we talking about. This is sports. This is NBA talk. This is why we watch Mayweather versus Pacquiao. This is why we watch it Crawford versus Canelo. This is why we watch Muhammad Ali versus Frazier. This is why we're gonna see stars. I'm not saying James Harden is on the level he used to be, but he's still a star in his league. Jalen Brunson, one of the top players in this league, going head to head, and then Jalen Brunson busting his ass. That's why. That's another video for another day. But that's why. Not another day. Maybe today. That's why Kobe and LeBron. That's why LeBron probably didn't want to make it to the finals against Kobe, because Kobe, Kobe gonna mop his ass. They got to guard each other, and that's gonna take away everything. This is why competition matters. People say LeBron James playing the Eastern Conference. He made 8 straight finals. Well, competition matters, and we seen it last night. That's why niggas don't want to play an All-Star game. That's why they don't play an All-Star game going one-on-one, 1v1, because they're going to destroy the brands. That's why LeBron said, I'm not a one-on-one player. I'm going to tell you, yeah, because it's going to destroy your funky-ass brand, because you can't go out there and guard, nigga.
In the fourth quarter, they
outscored
the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Let's talk about the New York Knicks.
46 to 21.
I thought they're going to make me look bad, because I made a video yesterday saying they're going to win it all. Now I feel more confidence.
Fourth quarter and overtime. Brunson and the Knicks will be the second largest fourth quarter comeback in playoffs this century, only behind the Clippers' 24-point comeback against the Grizzlies in 2012. Also, Jalen Brunson, 38 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. The largest playoff comeback in franchise history in the Garden.
What Jim Jones said in New York? We fly high. No lie.
How we feeling?
Ballin'.
New York Knicks.
All right, look.
Prize Pick is
number one sports picks app. And
we can go fuck about you. Let's go to Shady.
No, you're not wrong.
Jalen Brunson.
Somebody told me that.
You're not
wrong. This is a prime example. Yo, just because your measurements is bigger and taller and this and that don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Where your heart at?
Where your heart? Pound for pound. We seen Allen Iverson. So we know being small don't matter.
He showed out.
Yeah.
He was the best player on the court. They talked about Spotty Mitchell. Brought his name up. Why don't y'all ever disrespect Jalen Brunson? He been doing his thing, and he gonna finally get to a championship. This is a great game. The Knicks played well, right? I'm more disappointed in the Cavs, though. Mm-hmm. You blew a 24-point lead in the fourth quarter?
And in the fourth.
What are we talking about?
There was a 20 in the
I think
fourth.
we had a rusty Knicks team with a bad game plan, I'll be honest. They was trapping and blitzing James Harden all game. I'm thinking, like, for what? Because he made a couple of shots in the first quarter? That was silly. So now everybody's getting these open jumpers, getting more confidence. Right? And another thing the Knicks was doing.
Yeah, the Cavs was on fire. And I'm like, damn, they must be rusty, because they swept their last round. They must be rusty, because ain't no way the Cavs defense holding the 70. Evan Mobley and James Harden and Spider is putting Jalen Brunson them and OG them in handcuffs and straight. I'm like, ain't no way. And then fourth quarter come, they stopped playing. They started robbing, but the Cavaliers got hot because they was, like he said, they was trapping James and the nigga was hitting. Cavs was on for 3, and then second half they was off, and then the Knicks came back and they was milking the clock. You know, in football, you trying to milk the clock because you got a lead, run the ball 3 times and punt away. That was shot clock bad. When you up in the game, when you up big in the game like this, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep letting them finish. When you up in the game, you got to run the clock, but you got to get good quality shot. You can't run down 4 or 5 seconds and then find a bad shot. You ain't got to play no defense then. You got to run good clock, find good offense, whether it's a make or a miss, and then you will live with the results. You taking bad shots in the shot clock because you're trying to wind the clock down and run a timeout. The Knicks bust that ass. Jalen Brunson bust James Harden ass. That's why you cannot compare him to Kobe Bryant. These niggas are not Kobe, because Kobe ain't getting his ass busted like that. Nobody. Now, Kobe ain't going to completely stop these great scores. They going to get theirs, but when it's time to get stops, Kobe gets stops. Michael Jordan gets stops. And that's what we mean when we talk about stoppers. When it's time to get stops, that nigga was getting abused. Nobody hunting down Kobe and Michael Jordan. James Harden, one of the greatest scorers ever.
what Mike Brown's doing. Yo, we waited to the fourth quarter to get the isolation on James Harden? That's the Knicks match. And they finally went to it. So I'm happy how the Knicks played, but I'm more disappointed in the way that the Cavs finished.
Yeah.
And everything in sports, they always talk about, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they didn't finish tonight. And in this type of game right here, if you still game one in New York City in the Garden, you take so much out of them. Like, everybody's been so hyped on this New York Knicks train because they've been looking so good on offense. And the offense was struggling today. You could have stole this game and you didn't. Now, if you lose game two, now you're down 0-2. You should have been at least tied at the worst.
Yeah.
You go home to Cleveland. Yeah, I ain't been that great at home. We just seen the last playoff series, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them was on the road. Mm-hmm. So we gonna find out.
There are losses and then there are catastrophic collapses. And what we saw tonight from the Cavs was a catastrophic, utterly embarrassing, completely putrid collapse. And it starts and it ends with James Harden. James Harden, after that abysmal performance you had offensively, game 7, everybody forgave you.
No,
but to come out
we loving James. We loving James Harden. I'm happy for James Harden.
Let Jalen Brunson take your will.
We said
Let
this.
Jalen Brunson take your...
Hold on, Acho. We knew James Harden. We knew James Harden was couldn't guard him. I don't know what that noise going on in there. We knew James Harden couldn't guard him. We knew John couldn't play defense. We knew for years, great scoring. James Harden defense got so bad and so putrid when he came to Houston. Because in OKC, they used to when he came in the game as a 6 man, they used to put him on Kobe. But that's when Kobe was James Harden had big body and Kobe just backed him down. He put out the post, right? But he still played defense. When he got to Houston, defense disappeared. It ain't in him. When he get older and not the greatest scorer as he used to be, he's still bad on defense. And they picking it apart. And James Harden, you're all-time great. But that's why they won't put you over Dwayne Wade, because you never see Dwayne Wade look like that.
Manhood and do absolutely nothing about it in the Garden is shameful, especially for a superstar, especially for an all-star, especially for a former league MVP. James Harden, free throws are expensive for you. Why do I say that? Because you're shooting 63% from the free throw line over the last 2 games. James Harden, if I am not mistaken, you are 1 for 14 from the 3-point line over the last 2 games. James Harden, if I am not mistaken, you are 7 of 26 on field goals over the last 2 games, and you call yourself an all-star? Make that make sense. Make that make sense, James Harden. Utterly embarrassing, pathetic, and an anemic offensive performance. But it would be one thing if you had an anemic offensive performance, but you were strapping on defense. Harden, you were a leaky faucet, G. A leaky faucet that ended up flooding the entirety of the house because you couldn't turn the water off on Jalen Brunson. They called you out every single possession, and you didn't have enough heart to get one singular stop. They said, everybody go to the block. Cat went to the block.
And that's my thing with James Harden and the Lucas and these great scorers that want to be compared to Kobe, Michael Jordan, and even Dwayne Wade. I throw in Dwayne Wade because you had Patrick Beverly come out and say James Harden is better. They look at one side of the fucking ball like basketball, not 2 sides of the ball. And I just said previously, before first time watching the video, I said it. People like Michael and Kobe ain't completely shut niggas, these great scorers of all time, down. But when it's time to get stops, like it's a game T-Mac Kobe. They both had 38 apiece. T-Mac going crazy. T-Mac got a great move on Kobe, and then Kobe came back and dunked. T-Mac going crazy in the first 2 quarters. 4th quarter, Kobe got a block, got a steal, forcing him to miss. Ran his ass down, both ends of the ball, getting him tied. Ran his ass out. Moving them puppies, moving them feet laterally, and getting stops when a nigga tired. That's what Kobe Michael Jordan is about. When you put him on an all-time great league, that's why Kobe made 9 first-team defense. That's why Michael Jordan made 9 first-team defense. That's why Kobe and Michael Jordan are the only 2 players in NBA history. And y'all can watch this later. Y'all know Speak Easy. That's why Kobe and Michael Jordan is the only player in NBA history. I found another stat out that made first-team all-defense simultaneously about winning the scoring title. Michael Jordan did it 9 times. Kobe did it twice. Michael did it 9 times, leading the lead in points, total points. Kobe did it 4 times in total points. Kobe did 4 times in total points. not just the scoring average, but total points. He got 2 for the scoring average, but 4 times score and made first team defense all 4 times simultaneously. They the only 2 players in history with them stats. Because things like this, because when you gotta, because now y'all like to say, the leaders they more skillful, the players skillful. Yeah, that's why Luka get exposed. That's why James get exposed. That's why Jalen Brunson get exposed. You gotta hide him too. That's why you gotta hide Kyrie sometimes. You gotta hide Steph. You gotta hide these niggas. Ain't no hiding Kobe, no Tracy McGrady. You wanna hide Vince Carter on defense. You got to strap up and guard. You couldn't hide on Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade had to guard Kobe Bryant. Kobe had to guard Dwayne Wade because they played them. Kobe had to guard LeBron, and LeBron wanted to guard Kobe because LeBron learned from Kobe. And that's why it was so refreshing and so exciting to see is, and James Harden got a breeze, but he guarded him. He did guard him. He didn't shy away from like LeBron James shy away from Kevin Durant. Put Shane Battier, put him on Shepard. Nah, he didn't shy away. He didn't shy away. So I respect it. I respect it, but he just ain't good on defensive player. That's what it is. That's my take. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Peace.